woke up, did my morning routine. Did my morning. Yo, someone stole my car and they're taking the parts out to sell. So I called the police.
No, what was like the greatest piece of advice that you've ever been told? 25.
Your circle is gonna shrink by a lot. You're gonna see people for who they actually are over time.
For sure, man.
Then you're gonna have to make a decision on whether or not they are worth it, and make a decision and realize if they are adding any value to your life. Sometimes you have to cut the bad fruit, and that's fine.
Even just listening to you talk normally I can hear it now.
Yeah,
but I try not to notice it because you're my boy. I'm not gonna do that to you.
When do you try not to notice it?
You're my boy,
bro. It's there. Acknowledge it. I have a lisp.
You have
LISP, and whoever created that word, your mom's a hoe. All right.
Man, here we go again. Are we ready?
Back in it, Mike.
All right, man. The camera's on. The camera's on, right?
Hello.
We got the recorder on. Dude, like, it was so embarrassing. Like, right before this, I literally just hit my nose on the headphone.
Oh, really?
Did
we catch it on the camera?
I don't know. We're going to have to recap. And we're going to have to see the video. If it's up there, then you guys can watch it. But, yo! Welcome back to another episode of the Why Not Podcast. It's your boy, Karl.
And it's your boy, James.
And we are... What do I always...
We're excited. We are excited. You know what I was about to say? I was about to be like, I don't know, we're
engaged.
We're engaged. Yep, I got the ring on.
Do you, bro?
No.
I thought he had the ring. No, but like I said, and like I always say, we are super excited to show you guys another episode of the podcast. And I wanted to tell you, like, you people on YouTube and all the comments that you guys post on like all of our other platforms, y'all are ruthless. Y'all are ruthless, bro. Because I was just reading this one earlier, and I was going to tell you that I was going to tell you while we recorded the podcast.
Oh, no.
Someone said, it's the lisp. Can't get past it. They can't get past your lips, bro.
Listen, all right.
Bro.
Is it really that bad?
To be honest, I feel like I've just listened to you talk for years, and it doesn't pass me. But now that people are saying it, bro,
y'all are trying to make me subconscious.
I'm like noticing.
I hear it all the time.
But
I edit the video.
It's not as noticeable. It's only like noticeable when you like.
What if I talk like what if I talk like this?
See,
I should talk like this for a whole episode.
When I watch your tongue, I can tell you has a list.
No. I mean, this is me doing it on purpose. This is how Mike Tyson talks.
I know, but it's like, even just listening to you talk normally I can hear it now.
Yeah,
but I try not to notice it because you're my boy. I'm not gonna do that to you.
When do you try not to notice it?
You're my boy,
bro. It's there. Acknowledge it. I have a lisp.
You have
LISP, and whoever created that word for the lisp, your mom's a hoe. All right. So, yep, it's there. I'm not sure if it's because it's just how I grew up, or if I have a big tongue or a small mouth, or maybe it's just resume. I don't know why. Maybe I got to talk to a speech pathologist.
We have a friend who's a speech pathologist.
Yeah, we do.
Oh.
Yeah, shout out Tamara.
Her fiance is a freaking chiropractor. You know how much of a duo that is?
You got some speech and you got some back breaking.
But anyway.
Or neck breaking. I mean, it's up to you.
No, whatever, dude. Yeah. Anyway, what I wanted to talk about is, before we get into anything.
Wait, hold on. Before we get into what you wanted to get into, I did want to talk to you about how my day went yesterday.
I was literally just going to ask you how you been.
Oh,
that was
okay.
the question. I was going to talk about it.
Do
you think I'm just going to talk to you about topics before asking you, like, how you been, bro?
Let's just pretend that I didn't say that. I'm going to act like...
Okay.
All right. Ready?
Okay.
No, you
want me to go. Okay. Yo, before we get into anything, how have you been?
He asked me how I've been. Senpai has noticed me.
You're wild.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
You're wild.
How
have you been?
Man, yesterday was a crazy day.
How was it? No, what happened?
Okay, so
explain.
I know that we got some things to talk about, but I want to give you guys a little bit of a story.
Okay.
So yesterday I woke up normal time around like 8:30ish. I had to work I work from home.
Yep.
So I woke up.
Bastard.
Did my morning routine. Did my morning. Yo, don't you hate when you stutter? I've always had a stutter ever since I was a kid.
Every time someone stutters, I think about that video on TikTok to where it's like, yeah, but it just punches them.
Like,
bro.
I stuttered in front of you. Now I have to kill
Now
you.
I have to kill you. You're dead to me now.
You're dead. If you mention that I stuttered on the comments, I'm coming after your kneecaps. Okay, so continuing with my story. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna take a little further back. Okay, so
Okay.
I came back home at like 9 p.m.
Yep.
that night. I had a meeting with a production company that I'm in called New Views Production. Shout out New Views Production.
Shout out, man.
Doing a lot of cool things. Got back home, did my normal stuff, ate food, relaxed. It's the end of the day. Go to bed, wake up. You know,
Trying to chill with the pants off.
yeah, you know, got another work day. I start working, and in the middle of work, I get hungry. Okay, by this time it's like 11, maybe noon, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go grill outside. I don't really grill very often.
You just suddenly just wanted to grill.
Yep. I wanted to grill because
Such a man.
we have a mini grill. We have a mini grill that we don't really use, and so I'm just like, man, I want to grill today.
Like George Foreman? Like
I don't
George
know-
Foreman
I don't
grill?
know. I don't know what it's just like a really small. It's like
You grill inside, outside?
outside, of course.
Oh, okay. I was
Yeah.
about to say, bro. It's so weird.
That'd be weird. You know, it's fire hazard. So I marinate my chicken. Yes, I made chicken.
Okay.
Got a comment that?
No.
All right, cool.
You're just racist towards yourself.
Hey, I didn't say anything about race. You brought it up.
No. All right,
Moving
bro.
on. Okay, so I marinated my chicken. I went outside. I lit up. This is the sound of a lighter. I lit up the coals.
Just later.
Went back inside. Wait for the coals to get hot.
Cool.
Came back outside. Coals weren't lit. Oh man, I gotta do it again. Lit up the coals. All right, it's starting to smoke. Cool. Getting a nice
All right.
coal fire going.
All right.
Go
there
back
we
inside. Wait like 15 minutes, 20 minutes for the coals to get hot. I'm doing work.
There you go.
Go back outside. All right, awesome. The coals are now ready. So then I can cook my chicken.
Why are you just going in and out of the house?
I go back out. I go back inside.
Okay.
Grab the chicken. Put the chicken on the grill.
Yeah.
And I start grilling.
Okay.
It's chill. It's starting to smell really good. The smoke, you know, like the charcoal.
Yeah,
grill.
yeah,
You get
like
that-
like a smoky flavor, smoky smell.
Bro,
Yeah, I love that.
So good.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
For sure.
amazing. So
Yeah,
I was
crisp.
like, yeah, it was crisp.
Wait,
Like,
can you say crisp?
crisp?
Okay, you said it normally that time. Your lisp was
I
showing.
like sounding like Mike Tyson sometimes, but it still comes out. Moving on. So I went inside. 20 minutes came by. Went back outside. Don't worry about me not looking at the grill for 20 minutes. Mind your business. All right. It's in a controlled environment.
No, you let it sit. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
fine.
let it do its thing. I came outside to flip the chicken, and you know, like I mentioned, I've been going inside and outside. I did that probably like 6 to 7 times.
Yeah. That's what I was asking.
And then I realized that my car is gone. So I don't know when my car was missing. By the way, I didn't park in the street or anything. I have a parking spot that I pay for in my lease. My vehicle is gone.
Blue was lost.
Blue is gone. And so I'm like, okay. One or two things could have happened. One, my car was towed for some reason. Or two, someone stole my car. Now, I had a lot of thoughts going on. And I'm like, okay, I got to finish cooking this chicken.
Priorities.
I'm like, I want to solve the problem, but my car is already gone and I have no control of that. Might as well control what I can, which is the juiciness of this chicken that I'm making.
Oh my goodness.
So I continue to make my chicken because I'm like, hey, my car is gone. What am
Bro,
I gonna
I
do?
mean, it's like you just. I feel like I would have done the same thing.
I mean, like, what can you do at that moment? Okay. Now, I will say this: I do have my car. I do track it. I can track my car from my phone.
That's great. That's
so
good.
I looked on the app. I found where my car was. My car was 4 miles away at a bike shop. Okay, red flag. My car is at a bike shop. Supposedly, it was there around 9 a.m. Mind you, I've been grilling, running in and out, so my car has been gone for a couple hours. It's at a bike shop, a mechanic shop. Someone stole my car and they're taking the parts out. to sell. So I called the police. Hey, I think someone stole my car. I got it tracked. It's 4 miles away.
Okay, we're gonna send out a police officer your way.
I'm like, all right, cool. I'm gonna keep grilling my chicken. Hung up. And then what did I do next? I then tried to find a number that I could call to see if maybe my car was just towed. Couldn't find a number, so I had to end up going to my leasing office. Went to the leasing office. Hey, my car is gone. Do you guys know anything about that? So they looked it up. My car was towed. Whew,
Thank
awesome.
God.
My car was towed. Bittersweet. I think it would have been really interesting if someone stole my car.
I would have
This would
pulled
be
some John Wick shit, bro.
Bro, this would have been a lot more interesting story. But the story doesn't end there, though.
Okay.
Fortunately or unfortunately. So
Okay.
I'm like, all right, cool. I don't know why they towed my car. It doesn't make any sense. I parked my car where it's always parked.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
give me the number so that I can call them. She gave me the number, called them, no pickup. I probably called them 10 times that day.
For sure.
Nobody picked up, and I couldn't leave a voice message because the mailbox was full.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, great. What am I gonna do? The person at the leasing office said that, oh, they took my car because my tags were expired. And I was like, ma'am, I completely understand that, but that is bullshit because my tags are not expired.
Are they not?
No, they weren't.
Wow.
And so just to confirm, I spoke with a representative from the DMV and checked online. My vehicle is fine.
Okay.
It's okay. I'm like, all right, so these guys took my car.
So it was wrongfully towed.
Let me continue. You'll see why.
Okay.
Yes, I agree.
But
I agree.
it was wrongfully towed.
I agree with you. It was
Okay.
wrongfully towed. Now, you guys can tell me if I'm in the right or the wrong, but we're going to get into that.
Okay.
Okay, so there's not much I can do besides go to the shop and try to figure out what's going on. Okay, so I get off work. Sandra comes picks me up because I don't have a car to get to the place.
Yeah.
We go there, and I'm like, hey, you guys took my car. My car tags are fine. What's up? And so he was like, oh, that's the tags are... No, we took the tags because, just trying to be assholes.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to be a nice guy. I'm like, hey, can I just go take my car? And so we went over to my car, checked it out. I found the registration in my glove compartment, and it's fine. It says that I am registered. It doesn't expire until December of this year. So I should be good for a couple months. But there was one small detail. I didn't have the 2024 sticker on my license plate. That's why they took my car.
Okay.
I said, well, couldn't you guys have run my plates? They said, we can't do that. We don't have that ability, which I don't believe. But I was like, okay. I tried to talk to the guy. The guy wasn't budging. Okay.
Yeah.
Eventually, I'm like, you guys have to help me out somehow. And so the guy was willing to let me get away with just paying half. Mind you, they were going to charge me $215.
Yeah.
For taking my car from my parking spot that I pay for.
Yeah.
Even though my vehicle is also registered.
Yeah.
It didn't make any sense. So I ended up talking to someone else because I'm like, look, if you can't help me, bring me to someone who can. And he was like, I don't know, man. She's going to tell you the same exact thing. I said, I don't care. Let me talk to him. So I went over inside the office, and there's this woman. I didn't even know that she was the person I'm supposed to talk to because she looked so out of place.
Yeah.
And bro, let me tell you this. I think I have a newfound hate for towing companies because for this specific company, I have never been, they were so rude. The customer service was so bad.
Terrible.
It was so bad. I was trying to be, I didn't want to be an asshole from jump. I tried to be nice. She was rude to me from the very beginning. I was trying to explain my situation. She didn't care. She said that it's not really her problem. The issue is that you didn't have the stickers. There's nothing we can do. You have to pay this money. And I mean, be honest, they kind of have me by the balls. They have my car. So what the hell am I going to do? All right. So I'm like, you know what? I give him a whole bunch of stuff. I give him my registration. I tell him everything and show him screenshots. She's like, yeah, you're not getting your car unless you pay this. And I mean, I had to pay it and got my car. But the moral of the story is this: if you live at an apartment complex, or I don't know, maybe you live, or if you park on the street, make sure that your tags, the stickers, everything is fine, because they robbed me. They took my money, they took my car, and I just had to pay it and get my car back.
Yeah.
And so that's the reason why I couldn't drop the episode yesterday. Oh, because I was trying to get my car back. All right. So yeah, moral of the story is just make sure that everything is straight with your car. People are out here to get you. They will rob you, and there's nothing that you can do about it when they have your car, because they can get away with it. I had to pay with cash, so then I can't dispute the transaction.
Yeah.
It was a mess, man.
So I feel like within that situation, I feel like I look at it from like two totally different perspectives. Like I get your frustration in it with like, you know, having to pay this and then getting your car towed. Like that's already a stressful situation. But I mean, from what I know is that like every time you get it's like moral of the story is as soon as you get your stickers, put them on. Like I think that was the mistake. Like you have to make sure, because what I see it as is it was like a thing that they always said in the Navy where it was like perspective over reality, right? They don't know that you have, like, you know, because you registered it, you have the paper, and it shows that it's not due until December 2024. But if your car sticker, and that's something that everyone can see, is still showing a date from a past year, like, obviously it's going to look like it's not, you know, it's not registered or it's expired. So just from what they can see, and they're not going to try to break into your car first thing, is it's expired and it's against the rules. So that's something that they can't look at, you know? So, and second thing about the whole customer service thing with like towing companies, I actually have someone at church who works in like towing and stuff like that, right? And he tells me stories all the time. Like they get bickered at every single day, and I can understand why they would act the way that they do, and I think that's just natural. You know what I mean?
I get that, but if someone comes to you peacefully,
yeah,
I don't think that should be the first reaction.
I get it for sure. I wouldn't want to be treated rude like that either. You know what I mean? Like piss poor quality, like customer service. But I still think you should have updated your stickers.
Well, all I can say is that it was a lesson learned. I didn't think that my car would get towed from the spot that I pay for, but
yeah,
I don't know. I learned a lesson, so I'm giving my lesson out to you guys, so you guys can learn too. If you guys are listening to this,
don't do what James did.
You know what?
And be nicer.
I will admit I might have not have been right, but I also don't believe I was wrong.
Yeah, I don't think you're wrong either. Like, of course, obviously, it was paid.
Yeah.
It wasn't expired. You did all the right things.
Beside put a sticker on my car.
People are sticklers for that tiny little shit, bro.
Obviously.
I'm telling you. Like Jasper's dad, as soon as he gets the stickers in the mail, he's putting them on first day. And like, I'm just saying. But you did the right thing. You know, you came in at a peaceful way. You didn't try to be rude back. You didn't fight anyone, thank God.
I wanted to.
I know you did. I would have been too.
I wanted to burn that place down.
Like John Wick type shit, bro. I would have been on it.
Oh. Anyways, how are you doing?
A whole lot better than you. I didn't have to pay $250, bro, because I know that hurt.
Karl's like, I got my sticker on my car.
I got the sticker on the car, you know?
I did knock it down halfway, though.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Still.
Well, I mean, other than me, I've been chilling, bro. Like, I got into the consistency of, like, going to the gym. You know what I mean? Like, finding a good, like, workout plan. You know, I don't know if you noticed, but sometimes I mistake my YouTube for the Why Not Podcast's YouTube. And if you look at the search history from like our Why Not Podcast YouTube channel, all you see is like proper chest fly form, proper this, because I want to make sure I'm doing it right. And honestly, bro, YouTube University is great.
I'm telling you.
As soon as I watched those videos and I went to the gym and tried them, I was finally like feeling it the day after. And I'm like, you don't feel it. And what people are saying is that when you do work out and you you're doing the motion of everything, it's like natural for you to not feel like the joint is working like it's supposed to, but then you'll feel it in a few days. And that's completely true. Like, I didn't feel like my triceps were really working. I wasn't really feeling like my chest was working until I did, you know, I was doing bench presses, and my last set was push-ups until failure. So I just kept pushing them out, and then like 2 days after, bro, sore right here. I think I can still feel it, to be honest. But like, yeah, man, you just gotta trust the process. I've been trusting the process. It's been really good. been kind of eating right, like not really, but still like learning to have that discipline of like knowing what to eat, what not to eat, like some keeping up some habits of like maybe I won't get sweet tea this time, I'll just like drink some water at a restaurant, you know what I mean? It's just, and I feel like as soon as you maintain little habits like that, everything's just gonna get better. And I feel like it has been getting better, you know what I mean? Other than that, I've been chilling, bro. I have been straight chilling. Been really trying to get into like wedding planning because I finally looked at the not wedding planner thing that Jasper and I have been using, and it says we're only like 200 and some days away from the wedding, and that's a lot closer than where it was last year. And we're on crunch time, man. I'm sorry to all my friends that I'm gonna be silent on for a while. just some things have got to get done. You
gotta lock in.
That's what I'm saying, bro. But other than that, I've been good, bro.
Well,
I've been good.
I'm happy for you.
Oh, I'm happy you got your car back.
So happy for you, Karl. Everything's just perfect in Karl world. He doesn't have to pay.
It's so petty. He's so petty.
For his No, but honestly, no. I am proud of you though that you actually are trying to lift better. You're trying to figure out what the right form is.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to look at the history, man.
Yo, for real, bro. Like, if I'll look at it right now. Well, it's probably not because I haven't been looking up videos for a while.
Mm-hmm.
But if you like look at our search history, like this is the Why Not Podcast page. You just see shoulder and tricep workouts, shoulder workouts. I got the reverse flies gym, angel wings workout, tricep workout.
Okay. My boy, Carlito Tito is going to work,
shoulder
man.
press form, bro. I've been researching, bro. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's what I hate researching. I really hate it. I hate having to look up stuff because like I'm a very impatient person, bro. I just like to know the answer right then and there. But some things you just really got to dig deep and just like go through like a boring video or go like read a boring article. And like reading the boring article is how I even got like my workout split in the first place, like what I need to do this day, and it just all works out, you know what I mean? But obviously I'm still trying to get into that discipline, but it gets better. It really does, because after doing all those workouts, I kind of have been feeling more mobile.
Mm-hmm.
I have been feeling like my body's been working like properly now, rather than just having to keep myself attached and glued to a couch.
You do start to feel better.
You really do. And honestly, it motivates you to want to be better. Like maybe I should, like I said, the little habits thing, like, I have been doing good. I don't want to do anything to jeopardize what I've been working for. So maybe I'll just drink water this time.
Yeah.
Or like even going out to eat, like sometimes it's like I really want this burger, but they got salad options. You know what I mean? Like, and it's so hard. That's the one thing that I hate about it, man. If I could just like work out and do everything, but still can eat everything that I can, then go for it. And I know that there's little loopholes that you can take here and there of like, oh, but you can add a little bit of this and it still won't affect anything. But it's like, just the cleaner that you eat, it's really simple. Just the cleaner that you eat, the more calories you're watching for yourself. It's just getting better from there. And I feel like what I just need to work on too is just like my protein intake. Yeah, that's the one thing I'm really trying to focus on. Still trying to buy a shaker bottle. So
bro, just Amazon.
I know I'm just gonna have to Amazon it, but just waiting until next paycheck, because even the smallest things, gotta work, gotta like look at.
Hey, I understand.
Yeah, man. Just like finances. Yeah, finances. But we're doing great.
We're doing great.
We
are live.
All right, but now that we just got over trying to talk to each other and like trying to catch up, I did want to ask you something. And I feel like I'm going to tell you mine later because it's really special to me and it really holds dear to my heart whenever I hear it. But I wanted to know, what was like the greatest piece of advice that you've ever been told? If it referred to like life or like the things that the things towards work, like your passions or anything like that, or if it had anything to do with dance, like what was one of the greatest pieces of advice that was ever told to you?
I don't think that there is hold on, let me change my position. I don't think that there's one piece of advice that I can take that trumps all the other, but I will say a couple things. One is that pain is temporary. Whatever pain you're going through, it's most likely 9 times out of 10 temporary. Whether that be a financial struggle, physical struggle,
Yeah,
it's temporary.
for sure.
So if you can look at the bigger picture and realize that where you at right now is not where you want to be, but you can realize that you will get out of this situation eventually, just keep remembering that. And I know that it's kind of hard to when you're in it, you know, but if you can just keep that thought, like, hey, I'm in this situation, but I'm not going to be in it forever.
Yeah.
Then it's a lot more manageable.
Yeah, for sure. So if I can add on something to that of like, because like we're gonna be saying all these like types of advice that we've been told. Like, pain is temporary, but also I feel like something to add on to that saying is pain is temporary and necessary.
Of course.
I truly think pain is necessary for your growth because, like, you know, a lot of people say it, and I know it sounds so cliche. That's the one thing that we hear. It's like, oh, like, take the pain. You need the pain, right? But if you really just sit down and think about it, bro, it's like if you didn't go through that pain, you wouldn't have been where you're at now with all the growth that you've learned. It's like pain will lead to lessons. Pain will lead to growth, and pain will just lead to things that will, like, I don't know how to really, like, put it on there, but it's just, if I didn't go through this pain in my life, I wouldn't have known better what to do here. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's what is it? It's like, it's one of the main factors of things that we need in order for us to grow. Because if we're not going through anything that we're like messing up in, or like here, like when people say failures lead to success,
Yeah.
and someone can be looking at that like, that doesn't make any sense to me. Like, I need to be doing all the right things to get here, but it's like, no, you don't. It's all trial and error. You know what I mean? It's like, you need to be able to mess up.
Yeah.
You need to be able to mess up. Like, and don't take the mess up as like, you know, it's like that saying where people say L isn't for a loss, L is for lessons. And it's like, just don't see it as a loss, see it as an opportunity that, okay, this happened here. Maybe I can be sorry, like, you know, I can be really pitiful about it for like a few hours or probably a few days, but never long enough for me to just sit there. You know, it's like, take it. What did we learn from that situation, and what can I do better next time? And go for it. You know what I mean?
If you don't take the L out of the lesson, you're just going to have to go through it again.
That's what I'm saying.
Until you eventually learn it. Something else that I wanted to mention was that God is not going to give you anything that he knows that you can't handle.
Facts, dude.
So
that is big facts.
If you're in something, you're in it because you can deal with it.
Yes.
You know? Another thing that people also like to, sometimes people get discouraged, you know, especially when they pray. Yeah. They say that they want something. Oh, God, man, God, I pray that I become successful, or I pray for wisdom, or I pray for whatever you pray for.
Yeah.
A lot of people will pray for things and then they'll just expect results.
Yeah.
When that's not how God works. Okay. If you want something, absolutely pray for it. But you still have to do your own part.
Yeah, bro.
You know, you can't expect God, an almighty being who created you, to do everything that you want without you even trying. You know, it's just not how it works.
That's big fact.
You know? So if you want something, of course, you still have to work towards it. You know, and I think that a lot of people ask for things such as wisdom, and people are probably just expecting God to just boom, just fart wisdom up their nose. That's not how it works. It's like, okay, cool, you want wisdom? I'm going to give you wisdom. I'm going to make you go through some really hard stuff. I'm going to make you hit rock bottom. I'm going to make sure that all of the shit hits the fans. All of it. You can't even clean it off. There's no amount of bleach that'll get it off. I'm going to make sure that you really go through it. And this will give you an opportunity to learn from this, and you'll be more wise.
Facts, bro.
So if you ask for wisdom, God will give it to you. But don't be blaming God when he gives it to you.
Yeah.
Because he will give you an opportunity, and at the end of the day, it's up to you to actually do it.
Yeah, God's not just going to bless you with the wisdom or like the courage to do something. He's going to bless you with an opportunity to do that.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So like whenever I was watching what is it? It was either Bruce Almighty or like Noah Almighty or whatever it was, where God being Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, I think that was Bruce Almighty.
Yeah,
Morgan Almighty.
Morgan Almighty.
Oh my God.
No, but it was just, you know, the Noah. No, it was Noah Almighty. You know, Noah's wife. Yeah, because Noah's wife was in a restaurant because she was really sad that like, I don't get what's going. Like everyone just think that Noah's going crazy when he's really just called by God to make this ark. He's trying to be faithful, trying to be better, right? But his wife is just not getting it. You know what I mean? So she goes to like a restaurant or something just to like cool down, and then God comes down. Morgan Freeman is actually the waiter, and goes up to her, and she's just like, I don't get it. It's like, I don't know what was really said. I'm just gonna put bullshit out there, but it's basically saying it's like, is God gonna give you love, or is he gonna give you an opportunity to show love, or is God gonna give you wisdom, or is he gonna give you an opportunity to be wise, or is God gonna give you courage, or is he gonna give you an opportunity to be courageous? Is God gonna give you a family, or is he gonna give you an opportunity to be a family? You know what I mean? So it's not like, it's not all sunshines and rainbows whenever you're getting your blessings, or like whenever you're praying for something, because it's like, you can't just expect to sit there and like, some people say, well, you just have to like wait on God and whatever his plan is. But then it's like, there has to be some type of action that you're willing to just sacrifice to be able to get the things that you want. And it's like, and before even doing that, it's not even just like getting what you want and like what you feel like you need. It's even just stepping back and realizing what God has already blessed you with, which is like a great practice for gratitude, is to, instead of just continuing to like crave like lack, having to crave like what's not there, why don't you just like step back a little bit and see what God has already blessed you with? Like, yeah, I'm not doing this, but my friends really support me. I have a great support group. I have a family who loves me. I have my significant other who loves me very much. I have a job that I'm able to get money from to provide for myself, to provide for other people, to eat food and have food on my table every single day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, there's two ways to go about it. Of course, pray for well-being, pray for the things that, that you would want to happen. But also just, if you just practice that gratitude and already see what you have, it's like you can achieve so much more just by doing that, So yeah, definitely felt that on what you said, bro, for real.
I remember when we had that Thanksgiving episode with Jasmine, and we were talking about what we're thankful for. And I said that I'm thankful that I have 2 pinkies and that I could breathe through both of my nostrils.
Yeah.
Now, it is funny because it's like, well, you're thankful for having 2 pinkies? Well, when you really think about it, if those pinkies weren't there, you'd be pretty sad. Just having a cold and being able to breathe through one nostril, you really start to miss being able to breathe properly.
Yeah.
And when you wake up, and this is something that I try to practice, you want to really focus on your gratitude, because there are so many things to be thankful for that you just don't even realize.
Yeah.
Like, if you're listening to this, you should be thankful that you have Wi-Fi. You have a phone, you have a laptop,
Facts, bro.
You have a home, you have water, you have senses. You can touch, you can taste, you can smell, you can feel. People don't have these things.
Yeah.
And even if it's bad, like, oh man, I got into a car crash. Well, you have the ability to drive a car. You have a license. You woke up today. You're breathing.
Yeah.
Every
there are
little people
thing
who can't do that.
Yeah, man.
Like, it could be the worst thing. Oh my gosh, man, I'm getting demoted from my job and they're cutting my pay by half. You have a job. You have a job in a country where you have the ability to but be almost anything that you want to be. The amount of freedom that you have just being on this land is insane compared to some people who have almost no freedom at all.
Yeah.
And people really take advantage of that.
Sure,
dude. That's why, even though for me, I had a pretty bad day yesterday. It was really annoying. I'm still able to look at the other side of it and be like, okay, even though I had to pay this money, I still have a car. I have a car. I can drive it. Okay.
And it's crazy too, because I remember you telling your story back then, to where it was like, remember, like, you went through years without even having your own car.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? And now that, being at the age that you are, but then it's like, yeah, I may be at this age, but I have a car now. It's like, you cherish what you have. You know what I mean? It's not just because, I had to pay this much for this car and then I had to pay this much just to get it. But it's like, I have a car.
You have a car.
Like, a lot of people have to like bike to work, I mean, like, if it wasn't by choice, but just because they're not in the right circumstance to drive that car. They could be paralyzed and like handicapped or something. You know what I mean? Just like the simple little human actions that we do are very taken for granted until it gets taken away from us. And then we're like, man, I really missed having 2 eyes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like you really forgot about that.
If I lost an eye, I'd be devastated.
Bro, even if I have my eyesight and it gets a little bit blurry, bro, I'm going to be blown. Like, yo, I can't see as well as I used to see. That'll blow my whole day.
I'd be devastated, bro.
I'd be depressed. I can't see my forehead.
Don't take the little like human little things that you do for granted, man, because it's like it can just be simply taken away from you just like that. And then now what? You know what I mean? Like, for example, whenever I had the little accident at my job, right, with my thumb, there was just something about what I was thinking. Like, I was thinking like I got cut, and I was like, oh man, like, thank God it didn't go all the way. Yeah. But imagine if it did go all the way.
You'd have no thumb.
I'd have no thumb. Like, I wouldn't even have the tip of my thumb. And looking at that would just make me like feel like I'm deformed. Like,
try playing Apex Legends now.
Oh, dude, and that's the hard part. I was like, how can I, like, you know how bad it hurt to try to game? Whenever, like, I couldn't even move my thumb without it, like, hitting a nerve and me having to, like, pull back. I wasn't playing right. I was playing with this part of my thumb.
Yeah, you're playing
and that just made it worse.
A little nub.
Yeah, and, like, you know, it's, like, just doing that. And then, you know, thank God my thumb, like, repaired. You know, I still feel, it still feels weird to put, like, press on it. But just the fact that I still have my thumb is, like, it's crazy to think about. Because it's just this one little thing.
Yep.
You know, you feel really appreciative, like, what you have and what your body is. That's why, you know, just taking care of yourself, you know. So definitely not taking the things that you do for granted.
Do you have any more gems?
Yeah. So if I were to say the greatest piece of advice that I've ever been told, it's just really funny.
Wipe twice. Wipe more than twice.
Wipe
until it's clean.
Those little crumbs stay.
Yes. Get a bidet.
Oh my God! I know you have a bidet in your bathroom. I do have a bidet. Dude, it's like close to a bidet, but then what I do in my bathroom is that, like, you know, I can change the sprinkler setting on, like, my shower head. Bro, it's like, but I don't do that, like, I don't do that while taking a shit.
Okay.
Yeah, no. I do it while I'm in the shower to, like, make sure I'm clean.
Yeah.
I put it to the jet setting, bro, and I'm like, zzz, and I'm like, oh.
Hydro pump. Blast noise. You use hydro
blast
pump.
Off. Gotta blast. No, to go back to, like, greatest piece of advice I've ever been told. I would say it's the most meaningful piece of advice that I've ever been told, and it's be kinder to yourself. And you told me that. Yeah, I'm talking to you, dude. Yeah, man, that's probably one of the greatest pieces of advice that I've ever been told, was to be kinder to yourself. Because, like, you know, if whoever's watching this, right, and I don't know who's gonna watch this, but if you know me and know who I am, I went through some stuff, like, as a kid, and I was just kind of just grown up on this self-hate environment. Like, anything that I was doing wasn't really good enough, and I hated myself for it. And I feel like a normal person would kind of, like, hate themselves, and, like, I wouldn't say, I don't know, hating yourself isn't normal. Like, well, I mean, I feel like it is. It's like because we're just so hard on ourselves, but I feel like I do it 10 times extra, to the point to where it gets reckless. And, you know, that night, you know what I mean? Like, that night where you came up to me and then you just saw, first of all, it's like the love that I got from friends to just, like, because back then I was judged, you know, I was judged really hard on, like, the way that I acted and the way that I was, to where it's like, I'm really not going to be accepted. And having that feeling of, like, rejection is just so heartbreaking when it's really the only people that you've got left, and they tell you that we just can't associate with you anymore, which I understand it from their part, because I'm sorry for having to put you guys through that, and I wouldn't want that on anyone. But just being able to have that support group of friends who saw me the way that I was, yet still just came to control me and hug me really, really tight, you know, and you just, I'm like, Karl, I need you to just do this one thing for me, dude. And I'm like, yeah, what's up? And in the midst of crying, it's just, be kind to yourself. Like, be more kinder to yourself. Love who you are, love who you can become. And when I heard that, I just took a pause from my crying, and it made me think of all the things that I could become, of all the things that I could do if I were just to see the brighter side of me. Instead of seeing the guy that always felt like he messed up, always seeing the guy that just felt like a monster every time he looked in the mirror, just to be able to, like, you are enough. It's not being cocky about yourself. It's not being like, it's not being selfless or like, or being selfish, because it's not selfish to love yourself. You know what I mean? It's, the thing about it was just thinking about all the great things that you do to be able to motivate you to want to do it more. But it's not just for the well-being of you, but it's for the well-being of others. Because I was ashamed to be acting like that in front of the people that I loved, my friends, my family, and it wasn't healthy for them to see me like that, because it could have hurt them in a way, because they care about me so much to where when they see me stop caring about myself, it just makes their love feel like nothing. And I wouldn't want that on someone. I wouldn't want them to think that your love means nothing to me, that I'm acting like this. It's not you, please. But then that's what it looks like, and that's how they're going to feel. I would, even though I did do that, I wouldn't want to do that. So when I heard be kinder to yourself, which is something that I would suggest to tell everyone, to just be a little bit kinder to yourself. Like, don't be so hard on yourself on things that you feel like you're trying to do everything all at once. You're trying to be this perfect image of a person, when in reality, it's like, you're not perfect, You mess up. You're human. It happens. But that shouldn't take away from these beautiful characteristics you have as a person. Like, for me, I made a lot of people laugh today. I made the love of my life smile at me. I made her, bat an eye, and I made her just, and then I made my friends, like, just yesterday, when I think about it, I was at my boy's graduation, and I was able to just talk to a lot of people, and then I was just being the goofball that I am, and I said something and I yelled it while he was on stage, and everyone on my left side just laughed, and they looked at me with like, oh, Karl again, But that's just because they know me as that guy. And I'm just like, this is such a beautiful thing. Why would I ever want to neglect that? So if anyone's right now going through a really troubling time of like, I feel like everything around me is falling apart because of me, because of the way that I act, because of the way that I am, don't be so hard on yourself. Be kind to yourself. And I'm like, I may sound like a hypocrite right now, because I'm still like, of course I'm still going through the trials and tribulations of my short temper, of the way that I act. And, it's going to have its moments, and you're going to have your moments. But if you just constantly remind yourself, like, you don't have to be like this. You are a great person, Nobody's telling you that you're not. No, literally nobody's telling you that you're not but yourself. But if you start with yourself, if you tell yourself that you're great, if you tell yourself that you can do this by God's grace, then everything is just going to fall into place, So I just want to personally, like, on this pod right now, say thank you for that. And that was probably one of the best advice that every time I go through a moment where I feel like everything is just falling apart, I just repeat what you told me. Just be kind to yourself. And like, that's how much, and I hope you be kind to yourself for being the person that you are, for telling me that. Because just for you knowing how much of a great person that you are, telling me that, you impact lives, and we don't realize how many people's lives we impact just by our actions, just by the words that we say. But we don't take that into account because we're our biggest critics. So I would say, just learn to just love the person that you are, love to learn the person that you're going to become. Because you are such a bigger asset in this life than you think you are. But you just need to be able to not be so blind all the time. You need to stop letting the bad cover up all of that, and start focusing on what you have in your heart and what you provide for others that brings them so much joy in life, And that's where the selfless part comes in, from selfish to selfless, to where I am making people feel better. I am doing this for them. I am doing that. And it just makes life so much better. So, yeah, that was long. That was like the whole episode. No, but yeah, that's probably the greatest piece of advice I've ever been told, was be kind to yourself. And after doing that, everything just learns to fall into place. And I thank you for that. I love you for that, bro. For real.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you, bro. I love you. I think that you dropped a lot of gems.
I hope I did.
And I really hope that you guys are listening and really taking it by heart. We like to have fun on the podcast.
We love to have fun, bro.
Like, we started this whole thing because we just like to goof around and talk and have fun and make each other laugh. But me and Karl, I think that we both also know the importance of mental health, the importance of gratitude, the importance of our friends and our family members and you guys, the viewers or the listeners. So I just really hope that you guys really enjoyed the episode and really take something and learn to apply it onto your own life and maybe even spread the word, spread this podcast, share it with a friend. If you get it, you see a reel, share it, or just spread it by word. But either way, I just really hope that you guys are all good. You guys all continue to be kind to yourself and
for sure, man.
Just practice gratitude and just be the best version of you that you can be,
Because that's as much as we can do. And don't feel like you have to do everything all at once. Don't feel like you have full control of everything, because you really don't. So just take it all in. And I feel like what this makes this dynamic so big between us two is because we're just so like, I feel like I learn a lot from you. You know what I mean? So just like us, it's like, what is it? We really like to learn from each other. And we also like to we benefit from each other's friendship. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So it's like it's like what I told you when I was in the car that one day, to where it's like how I want you to benefit from me is that I'm going to make myself better so that I can come back and you can learn from me, and how I can learn from you by making yourself better. And that's what a friendship is supposed to be, constantly helping each other grow to be like Super Saiyan 1000. You know what I mean? It's like, it's how it works. There's really no debate to that. If your friends are not helping you grow, then
they're not your friends.
They're not your friends, and that's straight up. And if you're a teenager watching this and you think, oh no, it's complete bullshit, like these guys are gonna be wait till you're like 24, 25.
Your circle is gonna shrink by a lot. You're gonna see people for who they actually are over time.
For sure, man.
Then you're gonna have to make a decision on whether or not they are worth it, and make a decision and realize if they are adding any value to your life. Sometimes you have to cut the bad fruit, and that's fine.
Yeah.
It's more nutrients for the fruit that are I'm like, man, I'm going on the road. I can just imagine there's the 16-year-old listening, like, oh man, I'm getting all the knowledge that I need. Oh my god, yeah, Timmy Turner.
I'm gonna go watch some Discovery Channel.
I'm gonna go YouTube University.
I'm watching all the motivational podcasts today. But yeah, man, just like look out for each other. You know what I mean? It's like, if no one's told you today, we're extremely proud of you. We're extremely proud that you made it through another day. We're extremely proud of you that you are going through life as it comes at you and planning for the future, and as you should be, and we just want to thank you guys so much for your guys' support, because we've been popping off, and that can't happen without the love and support that you guys have been showing us throughout this podcast and this time of us ever since like the first day of launch, like coming out in November. Like, I wouldn't have, if I would have thought that we were going to be where we're at right now and about to reach like 300 subscribers, all the views that we're getting, all the comments that we get, I'd be like, this has been like a dream. Like, even if we're just this small, I'm like, we're reacting to comments, like people are commenting. And then I know James, if you're not on James's close friend story,
sorry, you didn't make the cut.
You didn't make the cut. But
hey, it's nothing personal. My mom's not on it either.
But sometimes it blows our mind whenever we still have Just Kidding News liking our reels or commenting, because these are people that we grew up watching and we know them just by watching them. But now we're actually having conversations with them. We just had a conversation with them last week,
which is very weird.
It's so weird, but it's we're so grateful from God to be able to have that. You know what I mean? So, long story short, thank you guys so much for all the love and support you guys been giving to this podcast. We really like from the bottom of our hearts. And shout out to Sarah. She was tuning in and listening to the podcast in her car. So like, I don't know if you realize like how much that warms James and I's heart. And it just, thank you guys so much for real.
Thank you for confirming that people listen to the Spotify because I really had no idea. Now I know. So I really appreciate you, Sarah.
No, like that. Who's the one neighborhood?
Grace.
Yeah, she listens to her car. Remember she told us?
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
I mean, I listen to it too.
I listen to it in the car.
I usually just use YouTube.
Yeah. Because I love watching us. But then, if I am just like, obviously I can't watch it while I'm in the car driving. So I'll listen to it.
Yeah.
If you do that, please stop.
Stop doing that.
But other than that, thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe. And honestly, if you guys want us to talk about anything, please suggest it down in the comments, bro. Please keep pushing us through YouTube, TikTok. We don't have Facebook.
We don't have Facebook.
YouTube, TikTok. What are the platforms are being? Instagram.
Yeah,
possibly. Instagram. We're getting a following on Instagram too. It's pretty great. And then hopefully we'll have another platform soon, up and coming. So we'll make sure to put that out as well. But
it's X.
It's X.
Yeah, there aren't that many platforms you can talk about. It's
formerly Twitter.
Twitter.
No, apparently there's going to be a new MySpace coming out.
Really?
Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
We gotta hop on that before everyone else does.
That's what I'm saying.
Listen, we gotta talk.
Twitter, I don't know Twitter. MySpace 2.0, no space. No apparently. Space. That's what it's called, no space.
Anyways, you want to year out?
Yeah, bro, let's year out. I'm gonna let you do the count.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
You want to do like a 3, 2, 1?
Why are you talking like this? Like you're trying to charisma me up? Why are you talking like you're trying to charisma me up?
Charisma me up.
It's charisma.
Hey yo, man, I'm trying to learn more about that gat. That tonka.
You know what Jasper told me?
What did she tell you?
You know what gat means? No, but it's like, I thought it was shortened for gat, like damn,
Oh yeah.
It's not.
What is it?
It's, you know how gat spelled, right?
Yeah, like
Gyat. Girl, yo ass thick. What?
Okay, Alpha.
Y'all
are pretty smart.
Yeah.
And it works so well. Wow.
It works.
Wow.
Just by that one phrase, you already know everything. You got all the boys. I love you, babe. Anyway, go ahead, count us out.
All right. 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah! Good, everybody!
I'm sorry for those who are listening with headphones on. I should take that out.
You know you're gonna keep it in.
I might muffle that out.
Okay.
I'm sorry, James. More work for you. Later, guys. Love you. Make sure you wipe your ass. Keep it clean. Get up a day. Bye-bye.